Today we're going to be running a Sultai Reanimator list with the most amount of gnarly creatures I've ran in a single deck at any one time. And today's deck was built around Auric Lore Mage, a card that's going to allow us to tap for no mana whatsoever to look through our deck for a specific card to put into the graveyard. Now that opens a door for us to run a multitude of creatures to choose from because we get a prime selection on whatever matchup we're against, which is really, really nice. Now the cards we chose to reanimate our creatures with are going to be things like Tamiyo as well as Dollhouse of Horrors, and that is because they turn our creatures into tokens, which is really nice because we are running Asika's Chariot, which then will allow us to copy those creatures again and again to create a multitude of those creatures. Now a lot of these creatures are going to be legendary because some of the best creatures are, so we are going to go ahead and run Mirror Box, which just opens up the door to a multitude of shenanigans that we could possibly do. You know, we could have multiple Asika's Chariots, multiple Comas, multiple Toxriels, you name it, we can do it. And I'm hoping we can hit some of those combos here today in today's video, so stick around to see if we pull it off. But if you guys want a full deck breakdown at the end of every single video, we are going to do that, so stick around for it. And in the meantime, there is a link in the description below for the full deck list. And if you guys like content just like this, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button as well as the subscribe button, it goes a very long way and it's a free way to help support and grow the channel. With that being said though, guys, enjoy the gameplay footage. We'll see you guys back here at the end. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long time coming, but I can officially say that the Swayze shop is open for business. And we of course have some of the coolest t-shirt designs that I'm constantly sporting here on the YouTube videos, inspired by one of the greatest communities out there, the Mardu Mob. And we also have some very minimalistic Swayze t-shirts that are going to be coming in red or blue. And because this is the first run through of t-shirts that we're going to actually be selling, the supplies are going to be very limited. So if you guys want to get in on that, make sure you do it quickly. But don't worry, there will be obviously a restock in the future, as well as additional designs down the road to be added to the list. With that being said, guys, I hope you're as excited as I am. Don't forget to go grab yourself a Mardu Mob t-shirt today. And enjoy the video. Peace. All right, we got a really cool deck for you guys today. We're playing another Sultai list, another back-to-back Sultai, but today's list is about reanimation, and we're going to also be copying tokens, both of my two favorite things to do, so should be a lot of fun. I haven't got to play I haven't had a chance to play Tamiyo in a little while, and pairing it with the Asika's Chariot seemed like a really fun thing to do today, especially because I discovered a new card. It's not a new card, it's an old card, but the Auric, a card from Strixhaven, that I think will help a lot with any sort of reanimator deck. So let's hope we can showcase that a little bit today. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I already think we're gonna probably meme on a lot of people today because we got Mirror Box with the Asika's Chariot, and we're creating more tokens. Like, this deck just screams memes. And we get the Tamiyo. Let's go. Got to figure out a way to get the Coma into the yard though. Hopefully we can draw into a Tainted, what is it? I forget the card's name. Hold on one second. I don't want to seem silly here. Say the wrong card's name here. Tainted Indulgence. We need that. We need that. Good chance our opponent here plays a Magda on this next turn, because they usually always have it. They usually always have it. If they do though, I mean, we got removal for both. It's all good. Yep, they never don't have it, right? So kill that. And I mean, kill this before it can tap too. Treasures are everything for this sort of a deck, right? So they're looking to get things down like Goldspan Dragon and yada yada. So let's just kill those things before they get too big. Nice fight rigging as well. So that was kind of a dud of a fight rig. Love that. And we find a blue source. That's so clutch. All right, I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna actually play the Auric. I'm gonna play the Auric here. Do a little bit of setup and reconnaissance here. Let's see if it gets removed off the field. I don't think it will. Nobody really knows what this card is or how to respect it really, and they don't know what we're up to really yet, so it's kind of nice. Hopefully they play some sort of creature I can target with Tamiyo, but I doubt it. They are a creature build, so I expect them to kind of do sorts of things. What do we want to do here? I mean, Tameo to get back the Auric seems pretty cool, I guess, but without the loyalty though to bring anything back and not seeing a dollhouse here, I mean, probably not the play. I think a Seeker's Chariot's a safer play here. More removal? That's fine. If they want to waste their removal on the 2/2 cats, by all means. By all means. All right, they're struggling. We shut down their game early by taking out their Sentinel and their Magda because they clearly didn't have too many other options in their hand. They were looking to just remove stuff and generate a ton of treasure. So glad we were able to shut that game plan down pretty fast. That is annoying, but that is great. Wow, what a top deck. What an absolute lord top deck. Oh, I love it. I love when things go really smooth because they don't go smooth very often. So when they do, all right, that's fine by me. Fine by me. And let's get a land here. We need probably the black green. We got more blue here. And bringing back the Auric doesn't exactly, it's not super compelling for me right now because it's not enough to crew the cat. If it was, I would definitely bring it back, but it's not enough to crew the cat, so nothing yet. Just kind of setting up here, setting up. And a braid on the, oh, that's tough. All right, well that fixes that problem. You know what though? Check it. No, never mind. Don't check it. Don't check it. Not yet. All right, get in there, cat. Do your thing. I was gonna bring back the binding and then start copying it, but I was like, wait, you can't even crew the chariot. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, you dunce? All right. This is game though. This is pretty much gonna be game. Because we're gonna bind their fight rigging here and then it's game over. I'm trying to do this quickly so they don't concede. I'd like to try to get as much of this in as possible. And they concede. Well, the binding was going to get copied with the chariot every single turn from that point on, which meant infinite removal, infinite ramp. So, good game. We didn't even get to reanimate anything. Oh well. That's how you kick things off. We didn't quite meme on anybody yet, though. I'm looking to meme. We're going full meme today. There was a game in playtesting where I got like 8 chariots on the battlefield. So, that's the kind of stuff I'm trying to do today. We got the chariot back from the graveyard with, you know, the Tameo, and then we were able to copy it a billion times. So that's the kind of stuff I'm looking to do today. All right, we got a chariot, we got a Tameo, we got a binding. I mean, that's the three-legged parlay you want to have right there, man. That is a good set of cards, but nothing till turn 4 is a little scary, I can't lie. Little scary. Opponent hasn't played anything yet though, and they are on swamps, which means they're probably a little bit slow. And we're okay with the slowness. Okay. We have an answer for that. We just got to get there. Okay, that answers that as well. Do we want to answer it with that though? Let's go and obviously pass the turn, see if they play something else. If they do, I will play this on that, and then I can bind the next threat. So that'll work. A 3/1 flying. Can't block. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token. Sacrifice 2 blood tokens. Return from the graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so that thing is going to return after a certain amount of blood tokens. Interesting. All right, easy binding for me here. Easy bind. We got Tainted Indulgence, which will help if we draw into a bigger creature. We have so many options for the creatures, man. And then we draw a Mimic, which is so cool. The Mimic should be really interesting for us. Let's go with green, and I think getting the chariot down first is going to be the key, because once we bring something back with Tameo, we'll need the Asika's chariot to kind of start doing stuff for us. I would like to find a mirror box. Kind of need the mirror box if we're going to actually like pop off on the memes. Like, we need that because we can't really copy things safely unless we have that on the field. So hopefully we find it. I just realized I should probably add a little bit more of these snow lands in here for the binding, just because we don't have a ton of basics, basic forests. And if we're going to be copying the binding a lot, we're going to want that ramp, right? So might need to adjust the mana slightly. think we hurt their feelings though. I think we hurt their feelings. I respect the fact that they're running like a mono black vampire list here though. But maybe that's why they're upset. Maybe that's why they're trying to rope us right now, because maybe they're a Rakdos deck. And if they're a Rakdos deck, that's a big uh-oh. But we might be getting the rope treatment. So there might be an edit here. We'll see you guys on the other side. And we're back. Kind of. My turn. All right. I guess we just... What do we do here? I'd like the glass pull mimic something, but I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to play Auric. I'm going to get Auric down and look to, you know, get some stuff into the graveyard for Tammy to maybe bring back. But it looks like we're just going to get roped out until Oblivion anyway. So we will see you guys again at the end. Actually, you know what? Maybe no cut here. Game's almost over. We'll see. But hey, just want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. Sorry the second game had to go this way. Would have really liked to showcase the deck a little bit more here in the second game, but it's all good. We beat them pretty handedly, I think. Again, they're probably some sort of Rakdos deck, especially because they're using, you know, blood tokens and stuff. So not having the red mana in their hand probably triggered them. And then on top of that, with us, you know, just kind of doing our thing, probably they're probably not having very much fun here. I don't blame them. I don't blame him. All right, Orc, get in there. And then we'll look to do the Tainted Indulgence, I think, here on their turn, if they come back, but highly doubtful. This will be the final rope before their head explodes. We'll see you guys at the end. All right, that'll do it. That'll do it. They roped us to the very, very end, so that's really cool. On to the next one. It wouldn't be a week of recording without a couple of people trying to rope me for a couple of the videos, and I apologize for that. It does happen so regularly that it's hard to keep them out of the videos. I mean, we got to just play games straight all the way through so you guys can see how they perform. So unfortunately, it happens. I have a really cool deck that I'm trying to make work for tomorrow's video. I just don't know if it's gonna work. I'm really working hard on it though. I want to play the new Kraken. I think that card is so cool. I'm trying to figure out a way to play it in a very sly way where the tapping doesn't really affect us too much. It's getting tricky, man. It's so tricky to get that card to work. What do we got here? Guess we mulligan this. It's too many big guys in our hand here. This is much better. Little mirror box into Auric, into Tamio. Seems fine. Hopefully Auric can find us something good. Tamio can bring it back. All right, we'll keep. Why do I feel like, did I cut the dollhouses out of this deck? I did not. They're still, okay. That's funny that we just top decked one. I was gonna say, did we cut the dollhouses out? Because I really need the dollhouses too to kind of pop off a little bit too. All right, Professor Symbology. They're running an Orzhov Snow list here. Probably gonna be some sort of grindy snow type of a list. All right, we get a Hullbreaker Horror in the hand. Not the most ideal top deck. Not terrible if we find a Tainted Indulgence, but... So we need double black over the double blue, right? I think so. We gotta prioritize the Auric over the Tamio. Wow, we're drawing terribly right now. We're drawing absolute terribly right now. These are not the cards you want to see coming off the top of your deck here. All right, the mirror box is in though. We're in play. We're ready to go. They are Esper, by the way. Just something to keep in mind, which means Rafine probably going to come down at some point. Rafine is a problem, and we don't exactly have the answers in hand at the moment, so let's hope not. Environmental Sciences is good. It means they don't have any lands in hand. They're also taking kind of a turn off here to just make something happen. So hopefully that'll give us a little more time to set up here. I need a land off the top of my deck though. We can't be drawing this stuff, that's for sure. We definitely need more land, and we don't get it. So that's probably going to be game. We get mana screwed. Mana screwed does happen sometimes, and in this particular case, it probably cost us the whole game. Missing our fourth land drop is not okay. Not okay at all. I don't approve. I don't approve of you, Arena client, doing this to me. Another Environmental Sciences. Okay, they take another turn off, hopefully, here. All right, they're buying me time. They're buying me time. They're not playing anything too crazy. Rafine would be so scary right now because they'd be smashing my face so bad right now. And the fact that they're giving us a little bit of time to maybe get back into this game, pretty helpful. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Another green. Auric. All right, we're in the game. We're in the game. We are going to hopefully negate them from attacking in. Hopefully they think twice about it because they don't want to lose a professor. But looks like they're just going to blow this up anyways. Yikes. Man, my nose is so itchy, man. It's so itchy. All right, come on. What do we got? You're highlighting my creature a lot. I'm going to need to see some action from you. You going to blow it up or not? You have what it takes or not? If they do blow it up, I hope it's not with the Vanishing Verse because I need this thing to go to the graveyard. We could probably get it back with the Dollhouse. And with the Dollhouse bringing it back, it will have haste, which means we can kind of do its thing right away. That should be so helpful. Like, so unbelievably helpful. Dollhouse is going to make things so much easier. Tameo's cool and all, and it gives the tokens as well. But, man, it'd be so sweet to just get a Dollhouse down so we can get all this cheap interaction. Wow, they go for card draw over the creatures. What? My man's a mad lad out here, dude. What is he doing? Raymundo, what are you on right now? All right, let's do it. Dollhouse, and then... Or we can go Tameo, get... I don't know. I don't know what the move is here, actually. I think we go Dollhouse. I think the move is Dollhouse, and hear me out. I think it's Dollhouse because I need to protect myself, right? So I think leaving the mage up for a block for the time being is the move because I can keep them from attacking with these guys, right? And then I can also use it as effect. If I would have played Tameo out on my turn, I would have had to use this Lore Mage's ability in order to get value out of Tameo right away because we don't want Tameo sitting out there to potentially get hit or, you know, removed from the battlefield. So I think the Dollhouse was a safer play. It leaves me with another blocker for the turn, maybe saving me a lot of life total, and then we can go ahead and put some stuff in the yard. I think what I'm going to bring back, though, is going to be a Toxrill because it plays really, really well with these sort of creatures here. Don't like that. That's probably Doomscar. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe we go with a Jingataxius just to stop their sweepers. Because there's a good chance they're running sweepers. That's definitely probably a Doomscar. So a Jingataxius might be the move first, and then we go Toxrill next. This is such a good combo, though, man. The Lore Mage just being able to tap, put something in the yard, Dollhouse brings it back. So busted. So unbelievably good. All right. Yeah, probably Jingataxius is the move here, huh? I think it is. I think it's the move, man. Go ahead, Jin, do your thing. Bring it on over. Now we can counter all of our opponent's things. And what do we do? What do we do? Nothing? Do we just play this and then look to tap one of their things, putting another potential threat on the field? I mean, we might as well, right? I don't know. We might as well. I think it's the play. I think it's fine. Oh, I need to pay life, actually, though. I think this is totally fine. And the reason being is because I have a backup, and then this also just kind of like... It gets my Planeswalker on the field and ready to be played. And then let's say they sweep the board with a Doomscar. It leaves us with something, right? It leaves us with some value here. And then we can maybe get back the Auric with the Tameo. There's things that we can do here. I think getting the Tameo down now is the move, though. Yikes. That counters, though. Love that. I'm telling you, Jingataxius was the move. Jingataxius was definitely the play here. They did not take into account that they were going to get countered there. And now on their turn, they're going to get countered again, which means no Doomscar, unless they want to play another card. And like if they would have maybe saved the Vanishing Verse for their turn to get countered and then played the Doomscar, they would have been good. This is working out really nicely. Even though I'm struggling really, really hard to get my my words out and explain to you guys my thought process today. Maybe it's because I'm tired. This is going well. This is going extremely well. All right. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. We've got this infinite loop now, man. We got the mirror box down. We've got, dollhouse. This is good stuff. All right, they're looking to remove Tamio, it looks like. They've got something. I mean, clearly they've got something. Problem is if they actually get Jin Gataxias off the board, that's it for old Jin. It's already exiled, so that's kind of the biggest hole in our deck, is that I've got so many options of creatures to pull from, which is really nice. Gives me plenty of options for like certain matchups, right? We can kind of play our matchups as we get them. But the problem is we only have one of each type. So like if they do get removed, then we don't get another shot at it. So kind of annoying. I wish these two didn't end up in my hand, man. It would have been really helpful if we could have just drawn into some useful tools, some early game magic here. Like if one of these was like an Asika's Chariot, this game would already be way over. We'd be memeing so hard. Kaya, not bad. Not bad. What if they exile the Auric? They are going to exile the Auric, aren't they? That is such a weird move to me if they do that. Wow, they do. That's so weird. That is such a weird move. Why would you go for the Auric? The Jin Gataxias is the thing causing you the most issues. You know they're sitting on that Doomscar. You know they are. Man, what a deck that we've created here, though. I feel like this is very, like, solid, man. I feel really solid about this. All right, well, we did just play another game you're probably not going to see here on the video because we did receive a phone call in between the games. And I'm sorry, in that last game, I had to take it, so kind of messed up the recording a little bit. So I will say, though, we did win. We won another one, and that feels pretty good because we are on an absolute roll right now, dominating with this thing. It feels great. Let's see, green, or we want to go blue, black, probably, yeah, black, blue, just to ensure we hit our Tainted Indulgence here. And then from there, we can kind of hopefully hit the rest of our land drops. All right, Simic Ramp, it looks like maybe. Blue, and might as well do this now. We're just going to hold priority, which could scare them, but I don't think I care too much about that at the moment. All right. Turn 3, we have Hero's Downfall, which is great, but what would we like to kill? Because this thing's going to give 1/1 counter on up to 2 target creatures. All right, let's, maybe we don't care. Maybe we don't care. Maybe we go with the Mirror Box. I was going to kill something there, but I don't think we really care. I think the Mirror Box is fine. We'll take 4. It is what it is. Another Innkeeper. Not that big of a deal. Did they miss a land drop here, potentially? It looks like they did. That's a big deal. Might be able to pull ahead here now. We might be able to just pull ahead here now. I think I need to ramp up here, man. I don't know. I think Asika's Chariot's fine. I wanted to ramp up there with the binding, but I think the Asika's Chariot's just fine. Because we can double the Asika's Chariot, by the way. We can play 2 thanks to the Mirror Box. So that'll be really, really nice. I'm pretty sure we can run away with it just with the Chariots alone here. This is not that scary if they don't have the mana here to produce the 1/1 counters. Not that scary at all. I think my audio is going out on the game, which does happen if I'm on the game for way too many hours. And I think it's doing that right now. So I'm going to have to adjust, reset the game after this one. Get the audio back in check. I don't know if any of you guys at home have that issue where it just kind of starts to cut out and then back in. It happens every time we play a little too long. Nice. Another land is not terrible. We could definitely use that. Double Asika's Chariot seems fun, but I think we should do the responsible thing here and just bind the Quandrix Cultivator here. Yeah, I don't really want to get double blocked, but you know what? If I do get double blocked, that's a lot of removal off the field here. So we have a backup. Let's just go ahead and do it. It'd have to be a triple block too, thanks to our Mirror Box. So yeah, I think that was a good attack. That's a good attack. Root Coil, huh? Man, they're a ramp deck that's not hitting their lands. That's unfortunate. Add 1 mana of any color. Add 2 mana of any 1 color. Spend this mana only to cast spells from your graveyard. Okay. Exile the This creature return target card from flashback. Okay, got it. Got it. Yep. And we don't have any reanimation stuff yet, so let's have some fun, man. Let's have some fun. Double Asika's Chariot. And we'll get in there with an attack. Copy another cat. I mean, I could just kind of send everybody because they've only got, you know, 2 powered creatures. But I'm going to play a little safe here because our life total is 15 to their 23. So, I mean, they could return fire, and I wouldn't really want that to happen. All right, so they're going to go triple block. We kill you, and I think you, because you're probably the most threatening because you're getting them. You're ramping up for our opponent here. So we got to take away their ability to ramp, especially because they're struggling on hitting their land drops. And we're still left with an Asika's Chariot with, you know, 6 cats on the field. So feeling pretty good about our position here. We also got plenty of removal in hand. I think we just crew up again, attack in, and we just start removing things with the hero's downfall. And I think that should just about do it, if I'm being honest. Wow, that's unfortunate for our opponent here. We just drew the nuts because we found a Tamiyo off the top of our deck. Tamiyo is going to go ahead and get us 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to get us a binding. And then the binding blows you up. And then the Asika's Chariot cruise. We send the whole gang this time because everything's got death touch. Plus, we're also going to copy the binding, which blows up you. And our opponent here is screwed. They're screwed because we have infinite removal now with the binding. If we had more green sources in the deck, we'd be ramping up like crazy too. But we don't actually have enough green sources to take advantage of that. But yeah, opponent's really in trouble here. Now they get a red and 7. They're looking for lands as opposed to just creating a creature to protect it. So they're desperate here, man. They are desperate. Yeah, it's definitely going to be game. This will be the last turn our opponent has here, unfortunately. Yep, we don't have any. Unfortunate. Yeah, the audio is getting bad. Holy cow. All right, get in there. I think that's lethal. I didn't even actually do the math here, but I'm pretty sure that's lethal. And that should be game. All right, let's go. We still have 2 heroes downfalls as well. All right, gotta reset our game here real quick. Fix the audio. My apologies. All right, there we go. Reset the game. Audio issues good now. Let's get it. Let's keep this train rolling, man. We got a double Asika's Chariot on that last game. Pretty fun, but not the golden egg we're looking for here, man. We're looking for some serious nonsense. This might be our last game though, so we gotta really make some magic happen here. I'm glad though we've got to showcase kind of what we're trying to do here, like the big explosive top end that we could potentially have, like being able to get, you know, double Toxtrills, you know, double Titans, like doubling anything really. Doubling is just the key here, you know. Opponent goes first. The hand is okay if I find a green source. I mean, I'd have to go runner lands here, which you can never trust. Is much better. Much better. River Tears. If this is a blue source, we might be looking at a mill deck. Okay, yeah, that's probably a mill deck. All right, so if opponent's running mill, we might be in trouble. I don't exactly have a contingency plan for that. All right, that's fine. That's not mill. Not mill. Riveteers. That's going to be your Swamp Mountain Forest. Okay, so that's going to be your... Interesting. I got to get rid of that. I think that's fine. I think getting rid of that is fine. We go right into the mirror box, which is pretty cool, but I also need to find some stuff to actually play with the mirror box. We'll see. So they're running boasting abilities. Add mana, creature control boast twice. So I don't know if they're just trying to add mana or no, they are 5 colors maybe? Okay, I don't know what's happening here. Let's stop pretending like we have any clue what the heck's going on. Let's just let it unfold and see where it takes us, you know? Let's see where this takes us. All right, so we can Tamiyo back an Asika's Chariot, or we could... what do we want to do here? Oh no, Halana. Halana is a problem. Okay. Halana is an issue, to say the least. To say the least. Yeah, I think the best bet here is throw a binding in there. Get back our Tameo. Tameo gets in. Tameo creates the token of the binding. Binding kills Halana. It ramps us up a little bit, which is nice. And we live to see another day. Halana's such a good card. Such a scary card, man. Such a scary card. Paired with the Sika God Tree, though, is like so weird to me. I don't know what in the world we're looking at here, though. Whoa. The visuals and audio there was kind of wacky. All right. We're in trouble. To say the least, we are in trouble. Okay, we got another Tameo. Might be able to make something happen with this. We'll block, throw another binding in the yard, and then we'll look to do sort of the same thing with the Tameo. Brutal, man. Brutal. If we can top deck something really big, though, like a really big card, like a Titan of Industry or Toxrill, we might be okay. Oh my gosh, of course they grab another beast of a card here. Oh man, we are in trouble, my friends. The problem is Tameo can't get back anything super big, right? So it's like we have to keep going for the binding plays, man. Which is not what you want to be doing right now when you're facing down this much damage. Super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, at least I get another blocker for a turn. Yeah, sure. Sure. Oh, we didn't pay the life. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I thought that was with all. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Oh, we can't hit non. Oh, that's a land technically. Wow. I was gonna target the Ashaya, but can't target lands, and that is a land. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, exactly lethal. I mean, we got beat pretty bad there. 5 colors is a tricky deck to play against, man. I didn't expect it to be 5 colors, and then Halana, we had to answer that, followed by the Prismatic Bridge. I was trying to kill Ashaya there, I can't lie, but we can't kill, you know, Ashaya because it's technically a land, so that's unfortunate. But either way, we were kind of screwed there. We weren't drawn very well. If we would have drawn into like a Toxrill or something useful like that, we could have done something with it because we had a lot of mana. But anyways, GG. All right, we have time for more here. We have time for more. I got absolutely clapped there on that last game, so I'm trying to recover from that beating. Oh, that was so cool though, what they did with all the 5 colors, man. Okay, we get to go first. We have some early removal. We have the Auric, the Mirror Box. We're looking for our reanimation spells, so obviously Dollhouse would be the best. I've kind of put too much value, I think, on Tameo. I think I should have put more value into the Dollhouse, if I'm being honest. I like this deck a lot. I think if we focus more on the Dollhouse, because Tameo's been really problematic with the Auric, because it's been tough to get the Auric down and then find something for Tameo to bring back. It's either a Seeker's Chariot or Binding. That's pretty much the only 2 you can get, so maybe we got to look into that problem. Let's go blue here. That way we can go black here. Get the Auric down. And then we got Dollhouse, so feeling pretty good about this. All right, opponent hasn't played anything yet, but they are running Hive. They are running Esper. I got to imagine this is a Rafine deck. Also, their avatar kind of tells a lot. Maybe. And Auric is dead. Auric is dead. All right. So that's pretty unfortunate that Auric died there. It would have been really nice to have it down with the Dollhouse, which was coming up next. Yep, it's definitely a Rafine deck. Okay. And I think this is a demon, so I can't kill it. Nice. Okay. Well, I guess we go here, and then we look to do the Coma next turn with the Indulgence plus Dollhouse. Seems fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're 2 mana away from being able to cast it, so we'll have to go with the Indulgence into Dollhouse. It's a fine play, though. I'm telling you, we're gonna get a bunch of 3/3s. Like, eventually, we're gonna be able to overrun them and do what we got to do. So, we haven't taken any damage. We're on turn 5. Like, this is looking pretty good. Looks like it's going our way. All right. Not bad. Not a bad draw here. Indulgence. Okay, I thought they were maybe going to counter that. That would have been pretty bad. Yeah, you go. Now I have options here. I do have a binding. So it's like, do I bind this, which has ward 1? So no, we don't bind it. Just kidding. All right. Coma it is. Coma it is, and hopefully it survives. It does have indestructibility, but that's only after this turn concludes. And we've seen Vanishing Verse, so we're not too scared of Vanishing Verse. This is a multicolored spell, so let's pass the turn and see what's up. Hopefully it makes it. Hopefully it makes it. Come on, we know you don't want to kill this, man. You don't want to do this. There's better things to do with your life. Don't kill it. Don't do it. You have your whole life ahead of you, man. Let it go. Let it go. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's go. We're in there, baby. We're in there. Okay. Nothing they can do now other than exile it, which is very likely to happen. All right. Let's not jump the gun too. Let's not get too excited. I can't imagine what they'd play to exile it, though. I mean, Rite of Oblivion comes to mind, but I don't think they're going to be running that in this type of a deck. I don't know. I mean, Wandering Emperor, but we're not going to attack into the Wandering Emperor. We'll be a little smarter than that, I hope. All right, they bring down a Hive, which is kind of what I wanted them to do. Kind of expected that. A little bit of power word kill. Seems nice. All right, they're probably going to use this mana up, though, to cast a spell. I'm sure maybe Vanishing Verse on the 3/3. Something like that, I'm sure. Because they're going to want to get the value out of their Hive before it dies. And they keep highlighting the 3/3 Serpent. So you got to imagine there's some removal here. Okay, never mind. Never mind. All right, they don't attack with the 1/1, which I thought they might, because they might want to get that value as far as drawing a card off of the wedding announcement, but they don't really seem to care, so good on them, I guess. Wandering Emperor, they throw it away, which means they definitely have another one, so not going to walk into that mess. All right, Coma goes off. Nice, nice. That's good. So let's bind this then. Seeing that we got a Hero's Downfall. I do got to start kind of matching their tempo of aggression here, because, you know, that Rafine is going to kind of start popping off. And I don't want to attack with the Coma because they could main phase their Wandering Emperor next turn, and that would be a very bad issue for us to have to deal with. For a second there, I panicked. I was like, wait, did I have a big creature in here and forgot because I didn't trigger my dollhouse? I was like, no, there's no way. I would have seen that. I would not have forgotten about that. All right. Another wedding announcement. Pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. Only 2 cards left in their hand. Their conniving is going to get a little trickier every time, because the more refined your hand gets, the less you want to actually like discard things. So let's see what they do. Obviously, they're going to probably keep attacking with Rafine here, because their best bet, I think, here is to probably race us for damage. But no, they're just going to let us continue to go wider and wider and eventually run them over. Wow, that's a good card right there. That is a doozy. And what do we want to do here? Do we want a Hero's Downfall? Probably, right? I mean, seems like a pretty easy choice, I think, to be honest. And then we can Tameo and look to get the binding back next turn, blow up the wedding announcement. So feeling pretty good about this. Let's get them a little excited, like maybe they're going to get me with the Wandering Emperor here. Let's attack all and then pull back the Coma. Play with their emotions a little bit, because we're savages, you know? Boom. Just kidding. All right, good game, man. Solid game. This deck is a beast. It's a powerhouse. It really is. It got us to Diamond Tier 2 very easily. Absolutely love this deck. I think that might be the final game. There might be another one after this. Probably not, though. We'll see you guys. That will conclude today's gameplay footage, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. We are going to break the deck down in full now and get into the analysis. But before I do that, I want to say a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who's made it this far into the video. I do appreciate it. It goes a very long way. here on the YouTube algorithm. So thank you for that. I do appreciate it. And with that being said, let's talk about the list. So clearly, Auric is pretty awesome. This is a card I wanted to build this deck around. I wanted to revisit reanimation altogether. I kind of wanted to play some Tamiyo today too, to maybe do some Masika's Chariot nonsense. So Auric I thought would be a really great way to get some of these cards into the graveyard. That way I don't have to run so many like old Rutsteins or Witherbloom commands, all those same things that we normally run to get things into the graveyard. I think Auric's a great way to just kind of do it, because not only do we get the cards we want in the graveyard, we get our choice. We literally get the prime choice of whatever we throw into the graveyard. So I think this card is phenomenal. Now, one thing I wish I would have done differently is I wish I would have done 4 Dollhouses and maybe 3 Tamiyos, because I didn't realize that it was going to be really hard for Tamiyos to generate enough loyalty to bring back some of these massive creatures and the choices that we made here. So that is one thing, but these are some really great reanimation tools, because again, we are trying to run a Masika's Chariot out to make a multitude of copies, and it works obviously with the mirror box because we have a lot of legendary creatures to choose from, and obviously in the early game we got to survive long enough to get to those big plays. And so I chose for our cheap interaction, we got 2 power word kills, 2 heroes downfall, and then we've got some early cycling with the Tainted Indulgence, which is going to allow us to get some of these big things out of our hand and back into the graveyard to do what we need to do later. And then once we get to our 4th drop, we do have Binding the Old Gods, which we can turn into an infinite loop of removal with the Tamiyo and Masika's Chariot combo. Some of the lands we ran here to our Balagad Recovery in case we accidentally throw away a Dollhouse of Horrors for whatever reason, or if we want to maybe use the Auric to throw away one of our reanimation spells to get back with the Balagad Recovery. That's one way you can do it as well. That way you can kind of find your reanimation spell. And then also Glasspull Mimic to copy anything else, because we are running Mirror Box, which allows us to basically run copies of anything we want. So that's kind of awesome. The creatures we chose, obviously, Vorinclex, Jin-Gitaxias, you guys saw a lot of these, Hullbreaker Horror, Toxrill, Titan of Industry, and Coma. I feel like all of these answer some serious problems that you might be seeing in certain matchups. Obviously, Coma not being able to be removed and just going extremely wide is nice. Titan of Industry is a great way to gain life and also kind of disrupt any sort of artifact and enchantment plays. Toxrill acts as a sweeper, which is really cool. Hullbreaker Horror in those control matchups would be really nice. Jin-Gitaxias as well, to be able to counter our opponent's sorcery and instant speed spells. And then Vorinclex to maybe get up Tamiyo's loyalty a little bit quicker. I think we needed to add a little bit more snow mana for the binding, because there weren't a lot of choices. For whatever reason, we drew our forest in almost every single game. So we might want to add a few more single forest cards in the deck, or a couple more snow permanents to negate that, and that way we can ramp up a little bit easier. I think the deck was a lot of fun. I wanted to run a sweeper of some sort in this deck. I was thinking Shadow's Verdict, because we don't have any creatures that are less than 3 technically, but then we are bringing them back as tokens, so Shadow's Verdict would actually be pretty bad for us if we did actually get a creature on the board and then run out the Shadow's Verdict. We would actually lose those creatures because they are tokens. So as far as the removal goes, I think we did a fine job with just the 4 removals here, and then right into binding. We seem to have no issues with that really, but I do foresee it being an issue maybe in the future, in future games, if we continue to play this deck a lot. So I would definitely look to add maybe some more removal spells in this deck, ways to deal with cheap interactions, or maybe even just drop the cheap interactions and maybe throw in some sort of sweeper to get to the late game. But ultimately, man, I thought the deck performed extremely well. I really enjoyed it a lot, and we didn't quite meme as hard as I would have liked to. I would have liked to maybe get double Comas, double Toxrills, but by the time we're creating double of anything with the Masika's Chariot, opponents usually conceding, so it's kind of hard to get a really cool moment like that. I was hoping for some more of that stuff today for you guys to just entertain you guys a little bit. But yeah, ultimately the takeaway, maybe add some sweepers, maybe a Meat Hook Massacre will do the trick. Dollhouse of Horrors, maybe more of than Tamiyo, because Dollhouse is a little bit easier to get these creatures back for 1 mana as opposed to Tamiyo's low loyalty cost. And yeah, man, I think that about covers it. I really enjoyed the deck. I hope you did as well. And if you guys have any ideas on how to make the deck any better yourselves, by all means, leave it down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think of the deck as well. But yeah, man, that'll do it for today's video. I want to give a huge shout out as always to the Marty Mob for being part of the membership program here on the channel. They help out so very much. they kind of keep the wheels turning here on the channel. So I got to give them a big shout out and a big thank you for the support. It means the world to me. And if you guys want to learn more about the Marty Mob and what these guys do, you can hit the join button down below or the link in the description to learn more. But that'll do it for today's video. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one. Until then, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.